Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, two Kansas City Chief players are looking to make professional and school history. Learn what impact they have on Ball State athletics.
And the Trump administration's offer has been put on pause. Learn how the ruling is affecting federal employees.
Plus, Ball State Insurance is experiencing significant loss. Learn how California wildfires have affected the company.
Incoming freezing rain. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Ava Lenz.
And I'm Peyton Mucker.
Two Ball State Cardinals are looking to make Ball State and NFL history. In this weekend's Super Bowl against the Eagles, Nick Jones may be the first Cardinal ever with 2 championship rings. Carson Steele attempts to become the 3rd ever Cardinal in history with a Super Bowl ring, while the Chiefs are on their way to 3 in a row.
Our sports director, Max Robson, interviewed both Nick Jones and Carson Steele. This is a NewsLink Indiana exclusive.
In the NCAA, only 1.6% of athletes will go to the NFL, and of those 1,696 professional athletes, only 60 come from the MAC. And with those 60, only 4 come from the nest here at Ball State University. So for many Cardinal athletes, the professional dream stays a dream.
Not to say never, but you just don't think that's in the cards for you when you go mid-major, you go to the MAC, and you just shooting to get to the league, to get another chance to play.
But for Nick Jones and Carson Steele, being 2 of 40 Cardinals to ever touch the NFL gridiron is one of the few chances at history they have. As they walk on the field Sunday for the big game, they have the chance to make NFL history, as the chance for a three-peat is alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I was saying again, there's really not words for it. Just to be able to, be in this position, have this opportunity, it's really amazing. They put in a lot of hard work these past couple of years. And so I'm very excited to be able to join them, in this last final year. So hopefully we can all get it done and, bring it back home for this program.
But Jones and Steele say they're used to the bright lights, with much of MAC play being comparable to the big leagues.
I think a lot of guys don't realize how tight-knit and competitive the MAC is, like how tightly contested from the middle to the top of the table is every year, just because there's no real talent, discrepancy at the very least, if you want to say. The parity in the league is so little, the margin for error is so little, there aren't any teams that are just better than the next team. It's a lot like being in the pros when you talk about just playoffs and things like that. There aren't too many teams just going out there and winning off straight talent. So, in my experience, we won games off of attention to detail, executing late in games, winning the big moments, winning in,
As Jones has been here before, winning his first year in the league as a Chief, he has just one piece of advice for his rookie teammate.
It's the biggest game of your life, but it's no different than all the other ones. Honestly, the 60 minutes from start to finish, you feel the moment, as you kind of ease into the game. And you notice the lights, and you notice the cameras, and you notice the signs everywhere, and then you kind of start to ease your way in. After about a quarter or so, for me, it was just another game.
And while the whole family and more will be in attendance in New Orleans, one question remains the same.
So you said you're bringing a lot of people there. You're bringing your grandparents. You're bringing your family. Is Crocky J joining them?
Man, I wish he was coming. Crocky J's got to stay home for this one.
In Muncie, Max Robson, NewsLink, Indiana.
To watch these Cards compete in the Super Bowl, tune in on Fox live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For the full interview with the athletes, check the NewsLink Indiana YouTube page.
A federal judge paused today's deadline for federal employees to access the Trump administration's buyout offer while more proceedings on the legality play out. Before the ruling, eligible federal workers had until 11:59 p.m. Eastern to decide whether to take the deferred resignation offer. The offer allows them to leave their jobs but to be paid until the end of September. Several unions filed a lawsuit seeking a temporary restraining order to pause the deadline. Federal unions have strongly urged members not to accept the package. The unions are questioning its legality and the ability of the Trump administration to follow through on its promises. At least 40,000 workers have already accepted the package. The offer is a sweeping effort by the administration to shrink the size of the federal workforce.
we encourage federal workers in this city to accept the very generous offer. If they don't want to show up to the office, if they want to rip the American people off, then they're welcome to take this buyout, and we'll find highly competent individuals who want to fill these roles.
Allstate Insurance says it will pay out $1.1 billion in claims that due to the wildfires that swept through Southern California last month. That's a significant payout, but the insurance giant said it was able to limit its losses partly by pulling back from the California market. The company is one of many insurers that have been canceling homeowners' policies in many parts of California due to the growing threat of wildfires. That leaves many homeowners with more expensive and often limited alternatives. Some end up with no insurance coverage at all. Allstate's liability is just a small portion of the total insurance claims from the fires.
These wildfires have obviously affected many people in California, and we just hope that everyone who was affected by them, that they are safe now and in good hands. And now let's take it over to weather with Rachel.
Thank you so much. Taking a look at our current temperatures right now, we are just at that freezing temperature at 32 degrees for most of the state. And for more of the forecast, we're going to talk about below freezing temperatures, rain and snow mix, and cloudiness for this weekend.
Coming up after the break, a local center is giving the older generation new opportunities. See how this is impacting the community.
And a club on campus is giving students a chance to dip their toes in the water. Find out how you can dive right in after the break.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back. Over at the Muncie Senior Center, social groups have become a way for visitors to share their common interests. NewsLink Indiana's Stephanie Weaver has the story.
Art and socializing are two things that young kids learn in some way during schooling. But what about the older generations? At the Muncie Senior Center, social groups have become somewhat of a norm.
It's very important to gather together and not isolate. It's part of my life.
The Palette and Pen Society, among other groups and events offered at the center, is a way for seniors to share their passions and socialize. Community gatherings, such as this one, have become a way for seniors to unleash their creativity and socialize while working on personal projects. Many others have come to the Senior Center to find community and support through others.
There are many stories that I'm told as to why people come here. One in particular, a woman has started coming here in recent years because her sister used to come here. And when her sister passed away during tragic circumstances, she felt lost and she needed to have a connection with her sister, so she started coming to the senior center where she found community.
A unique thing about the senior center is that during the day, those 55 and older are given many different opportunities, like the Palette and Pen Society. In the evening, the senior center events are open to any age group. In Muncie, Stephanie Weaver, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Senior Center's next big event is Thursday karaoke from 7 to 9 p.m.
A group of students at Ball State have teamed up with a local dive shop to create a scuba diving club on campus. NewsLink Indiana's Aiden Murray hops into the deep end to explore what they have to offer.
College is a time for students to learn and explore what they want to do in the world. Whether that is through majors, minors, or joining a club, students are encouraged to invent themselves while having fun. And one group of Ball State students are diving into a different kind of exploration.
I really want people to just have a brand new experience that inspires them to try new things, because scuba is such a unique experience for people, and you learn new things about yourself. You learn what your new boundaries are. You learn things that you might never know that you were passionate about through scuba.
The Scuba Club and its members advocate for students to come out and try new things. They believe that scuba diving can be beneficial in so many ways, uniting different fields like conservation and media production. But most importantly, it fosters a community for people to share their passions with that goes beyond any campus.
Because scuba can take you anywhere. I had no clue what scuba would do in my life. Even now, when I do in the future, I want to be a public safety diver. I had no clue until I met scuba, so it just brings so many different career options.
Safety is the biggest priority for the club when it comes to newcomers. They want students to feel safe and comfortable when they go for their first dive, hoping that in the future, more students will explore taking a dive into scuba. In Muncie, Aiden Murray, NewsLink, Indiana.
If you or someone you know are interested in trying out scuba, the club has a meeting February 12th. And for more information, check out their Instagram at Scuba Club at BSU.
Rainstorm mix after this break.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our current temperatures right now, we are just below that freezing mark in much of the portion of the state. 32 in the central South Bend, 33, and then down south we are in those high 38s. And then looking at today's almanac, we see our high is 37, which is just 1 degree cooler than our average high of 38 degrees. But both of those temperatures come nowhere near our record high of 59 degrees back in 2017. For tonight, we have clear skies with a low of 28. Below that freezing mark, winds in the west direction at 10 miles per hour with gusts of up to 20 miles per hour. And then for the next 12 hours, we see temperature increments starting to go down, 33 by 1 a.m., and then we start to hit those mid-high 20s by tomorrow by 4 a.m. And then speaking of tomorrow, we go back up to 28 by 8 a.m., partly sunny, 28 just below that freezing mark, and then we see temperatures sort of start to accumulate up, and then we see overcast increasing throughout a remainder of the day, winds northwest direction at 5 miles per hour. For our precision cast model, we see a system moving in as we head into Saturday evening, cooler temperatures at 6 o'clock p.m. We see snow up in the northern portions and ice just north of Muncie and a whole bunch of mixture in Muncie as well. And then we see that system sort of start to move out as we head into Monday afternoon. And then taking a look at our temperature outlook, we see we are just where we need to be in those temperatures. And then as we look out west, we see much cooler temperatures than what we're experiencing here right now, below average. And then we see a little trough right here sort of start to move east as we continue on through the next 7 days. And speaking of our 7-day forecast, we see temperature pattern for the next 7 days being very similar. Mid to high 30s for the next week, and then on Saturday we see 80% chance of rain, possibly turning into mixed precipitation, and then on Tuesday and Thursday we are going to see a 40% chance of snowfall, and then on Wednesday that is going to be our coldest temperature. And you guys be sure to bundle up because it's going to be cold, snowy, and icy next week.
Yeah, I have to say, whatever we had last night with like the rain and it got like super cold, I thought for sure we were gonna have some ice, but when I was walking to class this morning, I didn't see any ice, so I was like, yay, this is amazing.
Yeah.
What did you feel about it?
It was a relatively calm morning regarding everything last night.
Yeah, well the temperatures increased, so that's really what caused the ice to melt, so kind of nice. I don't mind warmer weather though.
Yeah, but could we also talk about the heat that we had on Monday too?
Oh my gosh.
How it was like almost like 70 degrees. I'm like,
and then it went all the way back down.
Yeah, and then it all of a sudden it went way back down. I was walking around with like short sleeves and some sweatpants on. I was chilling.
I know. It was a gift.
I don't know. How were you feeling about that on Monday?
I took advantage of it, but I also put away all my winter gear, so I had to get that right back out. It couldn't last for too long.
No, it literally lasted for like a day. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rachel. There's a lot more to get on NewsLink Indiana.
Thanks, Peyton and Ava. Ball State women's basketball continues their hot streak, plus a wrap-up of some of the biggest NBA trades that happened before the deadline. All this and more next in sports.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed. But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
and giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows. Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jaden Collins with sports. Following President Trump's executive order to ban transgender athletes from girls and women's sports, the NCAA has officially changed their participation policy for transgender athletes. Effective immediately, participation assigned female at birth only. The new policy will continue to allow athletes assigned male at birth to practice with women's teams and receive benefits, plus allowing all athletes to participate and compete on men's teams, regardless of assigned gender at birth. The newest policy will restrict athletes assigned female at birth who have begun hormone therapy from competing in women's sporting events, although they can practice with the women's teams. Crossing over to the court now, the Ball State women's basketball team beat the Bowling Green State Falcons yesterday, surpassing a record they set 1 year ago. NewsLink Indiana's Jalen McKissick has more on the team that is dominating the competition.
Ball State women's basketball pulled off another impressive victory Wednesday as they are now 19-4 on the year and 11-0 in conference play. The 11-0 record set a new record for the program as their best start 11 games into conference play, a record that was set just last year when they were 10-0 versus the conference. When asked how his team accomplished this goal, head coach Brady Salee gave credit to his team.
It's probably, what every coach in any sport wishes they would fall into is just that group that just gets it, does it right. You can have fun with them, we've definitely got it. And I think, we all understand the sense of urgency that we have to play with right now.
This team currently has 9 players who play over 10 minutes a game. Coach Salee believes that the depth of this team is what helps it continue to rack up wins.
Part of our roster to the bottom of our roster, like they're all playing, like in practice, right? The way that the group that's not playing in games is going about their business, like it's a big reason why we're able to be successful.
Senior guard Madeline Bischoff, who has spent her entire career playing for the Cardinals. Madeline spoke on how she feels as she only has a handful of games left in Worthen Arena.
Super fun. Honestly, when I step back and actually think about it, I get sad. But I mean, it just makes us work harder and don't take anything for granted.
The team's next game will be versus James Madison, who are currently on a 4-game win streak, as well as being the top-ranked team in their respective conference. Coach Salee spoke on the unique opportunity that Ball State has to verse a team out of conference this late into the season.
We've got a team somewhere in the top 60 in the net. They've got a team somewhere in the top 50-ish in the net. And this is a quad 1 or quad 2 win for one of us.
The team will be looking to claim an impressive victory that will hopefully get them ranked in the top 25. In Muncie, Jalen McKissick, NewsLink, Indiana.
To keep it on the court, the NBA trade deadline has officially come to an end. The Dallas Mavericks tipped the first domino after trading young star Luka Doncic and others to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a future first. After the first trade, Kings star De'Aaron Fox moves to San Antonio to play for the Spurs as Zach LaVine heads to the Sacramento Kings. After a long holdout, Jimmy Butler moves to the Warriors and signs an extension with multiple pieces to the Heat in a multi-team trade. Well, guys, you can't talk about sports without talking about the Super Bowl this weekend. Lots to look forward to.
Yes, I'm so excited for Sunday. I can't wait to just sit down with my friends, watch the Super Bowl, and probably have some nachos or something. What are your plans?
Me personally, I'm excited to watch the advertisements, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, lots to go along with. I like watching the halftime show, and I'm looking forward to seeing Kendrick Lamar. Big fan of his. We got SZA too, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, and it's also really cool too how we have some Ball State alum who's also going to be in participating in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so.
Nick Jones and Carson Steele actually from my hometown, Greenwood, Indiana. So.
Oh,
yeah,
that's really
cool. Little connection there. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dayton. Coming up, Dance Marathon is this Saturday. Learn more about the program's purpose and future development.
And we have one final look at your weather. Stay with us.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. This Saturday, Ball State's Dance Marathon will kick off, raising money for Riley's Children's Hospital patients. NewsLink Indiana's Aaliyah Smith reports on the annual event.
Ball State University Dance Marathon has raised more than $5.3 million for Riley Children's Hospital since 2008. Nursing major Lindsay Burning graduates in May and will leave her 4-year legacy of being involved with the event behind her. She feels this year will be the best because more people will be able to pitch in. That's because fewer people could take part during the COVID years. She expects more Riley kids and Ball State students to participate.
It's a lot more diverse. It was diverse before COVID as well, but since it kind of threw the world in just a crazy thing, you know, so now we're trying to rebuild our dance marathon, but now we have so many student organizations, we have sororities, fraternities, different clubs and stuff that are involved in dance marathon now, so.
BSU DM partners with other Ball State clubs and organizations. Many fraternities and sororities get involved to help raise money for Riley. With more people, there will be more events. Zoe Pierce, a junior in charge of BSU DM content, says there will be theme rooms this year. One is a mental health room and one is a room for Riley families.
We're going to have a mental health room for people if they need to take a break and relax in. We're going to have one of those set up in the rec center, which is something we've never offered before, as well as we're going to have a room for our Riley families to relax in if they need, and that's going to be a themed room as well, which is super exciting. That's why we have these beanbag chairs, is for our mental health room. And that's something that we've never offered in the past that we're offering this year that all of us are super excited about.
Dance Marathon members say that they're excited for this event, and it's more about the smiles, and the money is just a plus. In Muncie, Aaliyah Smith, NewsLink Indiana.
The Ball State University Dance Marathon will take place at the Joanne Gore Recreational Center Saturday at noon. Admission is free and you can register on their website at bsudm.org. They will release the amount of money raised after the event.
So looking at those 7-day forecasts, sorry about that. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast, we see, like I mentioned earlier, mid to high 30s for the rest of the week. And then a little bit of precipitation mixture, and some 40% chance of snowfall on Tuesday and Thursday. Not quite the temperatures that for spring. Spring is not quite here yet, but be sure to keep bundling up.
All right, seeing those weathers, that makes me a little nervous, but that's okay. All right, thank you so much, Rachel. That's all for tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.